I'm using this under the Fair Use Act, and this is going to be extremely important as far as an educational tool in learning how to recognize false doctrine and false teaching. Now, this is October the 24th. This is one of Perry Stone's new supposed lessons, and I want to point out most of his videos, just like Jonathan Con artists, most of their videos in recent days, it's all about supposed satanic attacks or attacks of the enemy. Notice that. The reason they are doing this is all propaganda by their followers because of the litigation process that I'm currently involved with in these fraudulent thieves. They know what's coming, and they have only ramped up their propaganda machines, especially since the death of their partner in crime, Tom Horn, who also, understand, they run in a small circle. Perry Stone, Jonathan Con artist, and Tom Horn, they all were birds of a feather and good friends, and all three of them had stolen from my books, my prophetic words, to write their own books and be filthy lucres, according to Titus 1, verse 11. So all of this, most of their videos in recent days, is nothing more than propaganda to plant seeds in the mind of their followers of what is coming against them. And it's not an attack. It's not a satanic attack. It is a God's judgment against them. We're going to listen to a small snippet of Perry Stone's false doctrine that he has just taught his followers and the seeds that he is planting.
In Daniel 12, he was praying for 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, he got his prayer breakthrough when God sent Michael the archangel to defeat the prince of Persia. If Daniel would have given up after 2 weeks, he would have given up on his breakthrough. So remember this, Satan seeks to devour.
So this is actually, he says he references Daniel chapter 12. That actually is not Daniel chapter 12. That's Daniel chapter 10, but it refers to verse 12 in Daniel chapter 10. So what had occurred was Daniel made a prayer, and it took so long for that prayer to be answered because the archangel Michael was fighting against the prince of Persia. But then when Michael arrived, he told Daniel, "Then said unto me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day when he initially said the prayer, that thou didst set thine heart to understand and to chasten thyself before God, thy words were heard, and I am come for thy words." So what he has taught in that video, Perry's taught that not only do you have to make the first prayer, but you have to continue to pray for that until it manifests itself. And that is actually contrary to what everything the scripture says about that. And this is the lesson. This is literally the lesson that Michael in this chapter was trying to teach. That once you plant the seed, that prayer, you have to be live in faith that is going to be answered, that God is going to answer that. And just to give another verse, another verse to prove that is in Matthew 8, verse 26, where Jesus told the apostle, and he said unto them, Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. This is all throughout Scripture, that once you say the prayer, God has heard it and will answer that prayer as he sees fit. But you have to live in faith. You don't have to pray over and over and over for the same thing. And that is the false doctrine that Perry Stone is teaching, that you have to pray for until it comes to pass. False doctrine completely goes against everything that Scripture teaches. But I'm going to give you a snippet in that video of what he's trying to do here. Understand that the seeds he is planting with his followers.
I'm going to take charge. So if I can't take charge and I got to wait and wait and wait and wait. I've had a real problem with that because I want to jump in it and say, we're going to put a stop to this, or we're going to do this, or we can do that, or we can get this person to do that. And the Lord sometimes said,
so this is at the very end of his message. What he's doing here is planting the seed. He's actually telling off on himself to some degree. He's saying that he's the type of person where he wants to be in complete control of everything. And we actually saw that, and we've seen that, and I've done previous videos where he is actually attacking his own lawyer in his own board, because they have actually told him, they've confronted him and told him that he needed to settle the dispute between me and him, the fact that he's stolen copyrighted material from me, and they've told him and confronted him harshly that he needs to settle it, that it's destroying the church. Perry is the type of person, he is so prideful and so arrogant. He wants, and he admitted there in that video, that snippet, that he wants to be the take charge. He wants to be in control of everything that happens in his life. Doesn't matter that he stole, that he sinned and violated Jeremiah 23 verse 30, so that he could also violate Titus chapter 1 verse 11. The man is completely biblically illiterate. He does no research. The only research he does is he spends 10 to 12 hours a day trolling the internet like Jonathan Conartist does to find incredible work that others have done so that he might steal them and profit off of them. That's all Perry Stone is about. And that is why we're seeing the judgment against his ministry and him, and also with Jonathan Conartist, and now especially in recent days with Thomas Horn, their good friend, who God has silenced in accordance with Titus chapter 1 verse 11, but also in accordance with Jeremiah 23 verse 30, and in accordance with Psalm 105 verse 15. They know their time is short. That is why their videos are all propaganda. It's all propaganda about satanic texts coming against their ministries. This is seeds that they're planting. Understand that. This is propaganda seeds that they're trying to prepare their followers for when this all comes out, because I will be taking some of those monies and I will be putting headlines in all the major platforms to let the world know that Perry Stone is a false teacher who only fraudulently thieves from others, just right alongside Jonathan Conartist and their good friend Thomas Horn, who has passed away. Thomas Horn made the mistake of dragging things out. Now Perry Stone and Jonathan Conartist is doing it. I wonder what kind of judgment that God is going to have for them, considering the judgment that God just gave Thomas Horn. Y'all be sure to share this. God bless.